Hello friends and welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. Hey, my name's Dean. I'll be your host today. Wolfpack, I hope you're doing well out there. Hey, we're going to get into what's news with Saitama here really soon. I'm going to run you through fundamentals quickly. I'm going to try to keep this one brief and be efficient. But I do have some things to say. You know, there's some things going on in the crypto space right now that are just disheartening, and quite frankly, they make one really think of whether or not it's reasonable to be investing your money in all crypto, okay? And certainly it isn't. We need to be discerning. We're going to talk about that. Let's jump in really quick and talk about the fundamentals of Saitama today, and then we will jump into the news cycle, okay? So today's 11:30. The total number of holders currently with Saitama, 264,353. So we'll hit a new milestone tomorrow, 265,000, I'm sure. That's an increase of 1,026 holders over yesterday. Our market cap has ticked up a little bit from where I filmed yesterday. Currently $3.04 billion. And that market cap compared to the top 100 on CoinGecko would put us right at 66th place. Okay? So we're not officially listed here, and I do have to talk about this pretty much every day, but CoinGecko doesn't have our official market cap listed. So that's something we need to get sorted out. I actually do have CoinMarketCap pulled up for purposes of another demonstration, but I'll show you, if you look at Saitama there, we kind of run into the same problem where the fully diluted market cap we have. But because we have burned a large percentage of our tokens, currently almost 56%, we don't have an official market cap listed here either. But those market caps, I mean, it's the same as what I have calculated, just over 3 billion. This says 3,037,000. So it's changed a little from where I did my show prep here a few minutes ago. But I'm just saying, when you see these numbers, just know that's how I'm deriving it. I'm taking our market cap, I'm comparing it against the list of top 100s. 7068 is the current price. About 40 million, almost 41 million in volume in the last 24 hours. The burn doesn't look like it's changed, but remember, these are fractional. And it's not much this go around. About 3 trillion tokens burned in the last 24 hours. Our current volume against our market cap would suggest it would take 84 days to burn 1% of the original token supply, which was 100 quadrillion. And that would be about 4.3% of the total original supply burned annually at these current rates. So we want to see that keep creeping up, and it will if we get some good news here, which we're expecting big news. We'll have to see how that pans out. Okay, with that said, I'm going to jump into the news cycle. So the first good news that we can actually confirm is that it was listed out there that, or put out in the Twitter space today, that Saitama has been listed on this GIOTIS. It is a large, possibly the largest exchange in India. And things have been interesting in India. They've had a bunch of legislation around cryptocurrency, and it didn't sound to me last week like maybe they were even going to be able to trade cryptocurrency, but there is a listing for Saitama. It's actually right here on the banner. The website is giotis.com. In the About section, I was hoping to find more information as to how many registered users there are and what kind of volume they're doing. I don't see that here. So here's my question for you. If you're an audience member and you live in India, please post in the comments about your experience. If you know about GIOTIS, if you've traded on it, if it's a good exchange to use, if you had a chance to buy some Saitama, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. All right. Second of all, I'm going to just talk a little bit about what's going on in the crypto space. Okay, this morning there was news of a rug pull. So this is a crypto called Winery. And the word is, it's been rug pulled. It's not one that I really follow, but you can see that the price has basically dwindled down to zero. So it's either the best time in history to buy it or it's dead. Okay, and more than likely in this case, it's dead. It seems quite confirmed that it's a rug pull. Okay, they've shut down operations, and it's not going to work out for people who invested their money. Now, if you've never been involved in one of those, it's super disheartening. I purchased one called Grapefruit Coin, and I'm not saying it's a rug pull. I'm just saying my $200 is now worth about $1.50. Okay, it's just I don't know what else to say. Okay, but can we prevent these? Well, I think possibly we can. First of all, you have to know, when I started making videos, there were far fewer, cryptocurrencies. So this is one of my old videos. I actually think this is a really good video. Ironically, it's titled, "Is Saitama Priming for a Rug Pull?" I really pissed some people off with that title when I brought it out, okay? But the point of my video at the time was, it isn't, okay? And I talk about things in there that made me believe in the project, that are things that I'm still holding on to today. But if you look in the video, when I started looking at CoinMarketCap, there were 12,000 cryptocurrencies listed in CoinMarketCap. Well, how many are there now? 15,036. As a matter of fact, I looked at this a few minutes ago, and there were 15,033. There's been 3 cryptocurrencies created in the last 10 minutes. Okay, so 3,000 cryptocurrencies in 2 months. Guys, it's a gold rush out there in cryptocurrency. But a lot of it is for developers of coins that have no chance of making it. There are 15,000 cryptos listed here. There are 180 fiat currencies in the world. So in thousands of years of human evolution here on this planet and evolution of civilizations, we have 180 fiat currencies. We've created 3,000 new cryptocurrencies since September the 20th, okay? So we have to think through this. And I think we have to raise our bar. And we have to make the developers accountable for the stuff that they're making. How do we do that? We just don't buy their crap, okay? Unless they can show true use case, or they've got at least a docs development team with a plan. Let's have some bare minimum standards that we're going to hold people to before we turn over our money to them. And what really gives cryptocurrencies legs for the long term, to me, it seems to be use case, okay? Use case, community support. So you look at the top 100 cryptocurrencies, and most of them you can point to something and say, yes, Bitcoin, it's the national currency of El Salvador, but it's also the longest standing, most reputable. Does it have a docs developer? It actually doesn't, okay? It was developed by somebody who I believe they call Satoshi, Satoshi. And he never did docs, but the cryptocurrency's been around for 11 years and is now accepted as a national currency. So if we can't get these coins beyond the rug zone, I'm not interested anymore. Is it true that if you're in early and you catch the right one, you can take small amounts of money and make very large amounts of money? It is. But what are the odds of doing that versus the odds of putting your money in and just getting rugged and, losing your investment? That's the way I'm looking at it now. I'm not trying to speak for you. These are just my opinions. But I think we need to hold people accountable. Okay? With that being said, and in fairness to my old video, Saitama priming for a rug pull, there's a lot of that going on out there right now. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And in this video, the one that I'm pointing to, I'll put a link to it in the description. It only has 748 views. I think it was one of my best videos, honestly. So I'll put a link to it and you can watch it. But I don't think Saitama's priming for a rug pull right now. But I am saying, okay, the development team, they've worked really hard. They truly have. I think they're good people with good intentions. We have to get it right. We have to get it right. Okay, this big news that we're waiting for, I'm ready for it. When they're ready, when it's legal to get it out there, I'm hoping it doesn't disappoint. Okay, and then beyond that, the Saitamask, you guys, we know that's been developed. That isn't a myth. It's in Certic's queue. They show it on there. Certic is a highly reputable organization. So they're not just going to do us a favor and tell people that they're auditing our wallet if it didn't exist, okay? So we need to see these things fulfilled. And then the confidence will return to the space. Between then and now, be kind to each other, be kind to the development team. If you're going to ask questions, be respectful. It just doesn't do anybody any good just to be out throwing darts, but it is reasonable to ask people to be accountable. And I think we've learned a valuable lesson this time in how news should be released, maybe involving PR people, or at the very least, make sure the ink is at least mostly dry on the page before we get the word out. And again, I'm willing to let people, it's reasonable to make mistakes. Okay, this is a brand new project. It just barely turned 6 months old. It's gone well beyond anybody's wildest expectations in that amount of time. Okay, so there will be some missteps, but as long as they can deliver on the promises and improve and learn and pull us forward, I think the project's going to do fine. So we just will have to keep watching and see how they deliver. Okay, these are the true use cases that are coming forward. That Saitamask, it has multiple use cases built within it. If they can deliver it, it will be revolutionary, and it will be great for those of us who are holding the token. It makes it a great investment. Okay, so hold tight in there. Just be careful. If we're the ones out there tweeting, hey, can't wait to hear the announcement today. You put a time boundary on it like that, and people start wondering, like, well, they must have seen something. I didn't get that sense yesterday that news would be released today. I thought it was a possibility. So I guess there was a town hall meeting or like a call on Twitter yesterday that Russell got into. I don't know exactly how those work. I hadn't seen them till like last week, these Twitter spaces. And they're very interesting. I've sat in on a few of them, and I think it's a nice way to be able to let people share their opinions and get it out there. I haven't seen where they're recordable yet. So if anybody knows where you can find recordings to listen back, I would be very interested in knowing about that if you let me know in the description below. So, friends, I hope you're having a great day. Big things to come this week, for better or for worse. I think for better. So let's just hold our heads high and allow this to develop as it will. I appreciate you taking time to spend with me today. Have a great day. We'll catch up with you tomorrow and watch our Saitama stacks grow together.